evaluation and demand that our military leaders provide me immediately with a specific plan, a very detailed plan to begin withdrawing our troops, our military security blanket that has propped up the government in Iraq for far too long. And the State Department would be an important part of that, because I would want them to present me with an immediate substantive plan with a very short timetable to reduce the economic security blanket that is being used to artificially prop up the government in Iraq. And thirdly, I would send two messages to the Congress. One, on the first day in office. One would be to tell them that no piece of legislation that purports to raise the national debt ceiling would be signed by President Barr, and no appropriation bill that purports to spend a single dollar more than was spent in the previous fiscal year would be signed, and that would be the ceiling, not the floor. We would then begin, that would be the floor, not the ceiling, we would then begin to build beyond that. In the short term, one of the things that I have called for, and we laid this out if you go to our website, bobbarr2008.com, would be to establish a commission on wasteful government, not waste in government, but wasteful government, to, over the course of probably a year or so, would identify every agency, department, and office of the government and justify, rank them according to three criteria. One, is there a constitutional basis for that agency, office, department, or program of the government? Two, if there is it the most appropriate form, level of government, that is the federal government, to carry that out? And thirdly, if it meets the first two criteria, what is do the benefits outweigh the cost? That would provide us a blueprint of every agency, department, office, and program of the government, similar to the Grace Commission back in 1982, but far beyond that, to then go to the American people with a very well thought out list to show them these functions, these offices are not serving you in your best interest. They're not constitutionally based. These are not functions that the federal government ought to be performed, and we're not reaching, and we're not even close in many of these instances to the benefits outweighing the cost. That would provide